Bonus news, everybody. Guys, today we're going to be doing an episode of bonus news. Yes, you saw that janky intro. Yes, you hear the generic music. Today is a bonus news episode, and for some of my new subscribers out there that don't know what bonus news is, it's basically a news segment that I haven't done on my channel in about 2 years, where I do a news video on something that doesn't really deserve its own standalone video, so we do a mini news video instead. I'm going to go and cut to the chase. Guys, today we're talking about the new Trials of Osiris armor, which has been released from Bungie themselves on Twitter. For those guys that do not have social media or haven't been on it as of late, you probably missed this, and that's where I come in. Here's a look at the new Trials of Osiris armor in better detail, and I do gotta say, the armor does look pretty cool. We're gonna be discussing quite a bit today. The armor does look pretty cool. I gotta say that the Hunter piece, the Hunter armor set is probably my favorite. The cloak looks really good. The helmet looks outright evil. The Warlock, the helmet looks a little too similar to the Dawning helmet that came out recently, and I don't know if I'm really vibing on the robes too much, but you know, the Warlock's okay. As a Warlock main, it kind of pains me, and the Titan armor does look cool as well. It looks like there's these huge spikes on the shoulder pads, and the chest piece looks really nice. Not exactly sure how I feel about the helmet, but the helmet does look okay. Kind of reminds me of the Predator, and that is the new Trials of Osiris armor. For those guys that don't know, Bungie announced that Trials of Osiris was going to be receiving a facelift in the next season, season 13, which is only like a week away at this point. They basically said that there's going to be new armor, new cosmetics, and new weapons that are going to be added to this playlist. And for those guys that don't know as well, we're also going to be getting a trailer for this season on the 2nd of February, so that's only a handful of days away from now, and we might end up seeing some of the Trials of Osiris weapons whenever that does roll around. But right now, this is the only teaser that Bungie has given us. I don't think they're going to be releasing anything else in terms of teasers because of how close we are to the actual trailer, and we're kind of coming up on a weekend as well. But I feel as though that Bungie put this out just as a little bit of an early hype train, you know, and I kind of want to get my thoughts on it, right? Not just on the armor itself, but on the whole situation of Trials of Osiris getting a facelift. Just a quick hot take: I don't think Trials of Osiris should have been updated until Bungie actually got the playlist, I want to say, working as intended. Everyone knows that if you play Trials, you definitely have to face some terrible metas, you know, things like stasis and arbalest on console, 3 peeking and emote peeking around corners, as well if you play on PC, a whole slew of cheaters. And the cheaters are a very big part of Trials of Osiris on PC, something that you are going to find almost guaranteed every single card. If Bungie's doing this whole facelift of Trials of Osiris, I sure as hell hope that a slew of other changes are coming along with it, because it very much concerns me that Bungie's trying to revitalize the playlist by just saying, hey, here's some new loot, while at the same time ignoring things like cheaters and 3-peeking, which keeps people out of the playlist to begin with. I always bring this up and I feel like a broken record, but I feel as though Bungie should have just refreshed the Iron Banner loot pool instead. Beyond Light is the first ever major expansion in Destiny franchise history that did not revitalize the Iron Banner playlist whatsoever with new armor or new weapons. They basically just brought back stuff from the Red War. Even Shadowkeep had a new armor set. It didn't have new weapons, but at the very least, it had a new armor set. Beyond Light had absolutely zero, and a lot more people not only play Iron Banner, but it's just more accessible to them. There's way more people in the playlist because they don't have to worry about things like cheaters and recuffs and all this other stuff as much like they do in Trials of Osiris. But that's just a little bit of my own opinion and my little rant about the whole thing. I do think the armor's cool. I am glad that Bungie's doing what they're doing, but I just want to go on record right now and say, if Bungie isn't improving Trials of Osiris by helping out with things like 3-peeking and with certain kind of metas, I know they're doing a sandbox change with the new season, so we do have some patch notes for that coming up, but if they're not addressing the sandbox, if they're not addressing 3-peeking, and definitely if they're not addressing cheaters on PC, I feel as though their resources could have gone elsewhere and been a bit more effective in how much the player base is going to enjoy the new content. But guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below of this news story of the new Trials of Osiris gear. This has been me. This has been the Trials of Osiris gear, and I'll see you guys next time.